to Camp Life, Good Life.
I'm Brandon, and this is
Ashley, and this is
Jay. Chloe. This is Maddie. This is Holden. This is Abby. This is Ellie. Bye.
This is gonna be a good life. This is gonna be a good life. This could really be a good life. Good life. I say, oh, this is
Hey, welcome to Midlife Good Life. It's just Susan. There's no Tim, no Adam, no Ashley, no mom and dad, no parents, nobody, just me. I was thinking in a conversation with mom the other day. She was telling me something about my great aunt's been sick. She was supposed to go home from the nursing home, and she didn't get to because of some little complications that happened. And I said, oh, that's like, man, that's a real hiccup in the plans. And mom said, well, yeah, hiccups happen in life. And I think I've talked to several of you about this, but I really find that, you know what? I think that life is just a big case of the hiccups. I mean, have you ever had the hiccups? Sometimes they can be really small and annoying, and you could just hiccup like 2 or 3 times and it's over. And it was like this little bump in the road, a little hiccup that disturbs you, but it's no big deal really. But then there's other times where hiccups are big and they hurt. Have you ever had the hiccups where they hurt, where you're like, ugh, you know? Ashley gets those kind of hiccups and they last for a really long time. And they hurt and they last a while. And then she'll have them for like 4 days in a row once she starts getting them. So it's true. There's hiccups in life too that sometimes they hurt. And sometimes they last a long time. But it is just a hiccup. And I think at some point I realized, you know, like when you're in your teens and in your 20s, and some of you haven't reached that point yet, but you think that like life is all good and like, or you just, you know, when you're thinking that, then you think like, oh, when I get to be this age, things are going to smooth out. Things are going to be better. It's going to be great. Or when this thing happens, it's going to be great. I think when you get into your 20s, you still have that. In your late 20s, you still have that. Then you get to like your 30s, and by your mid-30s, you have this understanding. And some of y'all may have gotten the understanding sooner than I did. Maybe I'm a late bloomer. But then you just have this understanding that, no, you're not waiting for the next smooth season. You're not waiting for the calm in life. You're not waiting for everything to be rosy and happy. This is life. Day in and day out, this is life. And life isn't always easy, and life has some bumps in the road, and even on the easier days, it still may not be perfect or what you thought it was going to be. So I think all this just came together, and maybe this vlog doesn't even make sense. Sorry. But it's me by myself just thinking thoughts that I've shared with a couple of y'all. Yesterday, our church kids left for camp. I wasn't supposed to go to camp, but because one of the chaperones' kids got sick and was throwing up, I needed to pack my bag and go to camp. So I packed up and went to camp. And that was just a hiccup in my day. No tragedy, nothing horrible, but it was unexpected, and it did kind of throw things off a little bit. It wasn't just smooth sailing. So I did that. I got home last night because chaperone came, kid ended up fine, everybody's happy. But then I got home last night, and today I needed to come to my parents and my grandmothers and my great aunts and just help them load up and move my great aunt and stuff. And so we've been packing all day. And again, that's just, nobody saw this coming 3 weeks ago. Nobody saw today happening. It's just a hiccup in the schedule. Hey, fortunately, I already had my bag packed. Just a little hiccup. But we do, I guess that's it. I'm just thinking these are little hiccups, and I'd like to say, oh, I just wish life was perfect and where we had every day and that we were home and we woke up and we did everything and checked everything off our list that we had, and our day was just fine and we loved one another and there was joy and happiness in the world, and the day came to an end and the next day we woke up and did it all over again. And that would be some utopia dreamland. And really, life is just a case of hiccups. And sometimes they're big and they hurt. And I think we've all had big, hurtful things that we wish the case of the hiccups would go away. And sometimes we've had hiccups that just last a really long time. And we wish that they just get annoying and bothersome, and we wish that they would just go away. And then we just have hiccups that we don't really even notice, but it's obvious we have hiccups. And people around us usually notice when we have hiccups. We manage them. We make it. So I don't know how your day is today. And I'm just thinking about my day and my life. I know some of y'all's days, and I know some of what today held for some of y'all, and there's some hiccups happening. But that's okay. Hiccups don't last forever. So, go and enjoy your day. And maybe even enjoy one little small case of the hiccups. But next time you have the hiccups, bet you're going to think about this vlog. Hey, and don't forget, if you get your people together, do an intro for us, okay? This is Midlife Good Life. You can do whatever intro you want to do, Good Life, okay? We'll see you next time, and I'll have other people with me.